ESPN.com has an article asking which players, coaches, and execs are on the hot seat. And so they did their power rankings, 1 through 32. Kansas City, number 1. My Panthers way down at the bottom. Your Panthers, too.
That's right.
I don't know who was 32, but Panthers were down low. But for every team, I went through to look at, okay, who is on the hot seat. They indicated one person for each. So let me run through a few of these, and then we'll share some thoughts. So from the coaching standpoint, they put Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni, Bills Sean McDermott, Jets Robert Saleh, Bears Matt Eberflus, and the Saints Dennis Allen. So we'll start with the coaches. Which one of these coaches jumps out to you to say, ooh, yeah, that guy's definitely on the hot seat?
Oh, man, McCarthy.
No, I didn't even list McCarthy. So you're adding McCarthy to the list.
I'm adding McCarthy to the list. I think that he's the one that's on the hot seat the most because he's got to win. I think McDermott, of the ones that you mentioned, is the one that perhaps is the most on the hot seat, which is kind of interesting. You kind of, if you can get done the last minute of the game and you run into Patrick Mahomes all the time against Josh Allen, it's hard to fight against that. But I don't see McDermott being in the hot seat as much as people do. I have a different perspective on these things. Yeah,
so my thought is the pressure is on Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
Because the talent is there. And whatever happened last year was so weird where things just unraveled and there seems to be tension between Jalen Hurts and Sirianni, and his coaching staff has changed. And so they've made adjustments, to fill in holes when his previous coordinator has left to take head coaching jobs. And so I was just reading this morning. I mean, the Eagles wide receivers, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, those are two of the top studs in the league. They're having an awesome training camp. We know what Jalen Hurts can do. They've added Saquon Barkley. Right. So the pressure's on. They got to go win, and they got to win big. They were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and so I feel it for Nick Sirianni.
I think you're right. I mean, Nick Sirianni is a guy that's proven he can get to the top, but he's got to be able to win at the top and that kind of stuff, and that's important.
And when it comes to Robert Saleh, it's hard to gauge because last year they lost Aaron Rodgers. So the pressure's on. To me, the pressure's on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
even more than Robert Saleh. But Saleh's feeling the heat. And then with the Bears, Matt Eberflus, I'll be surprised if it works. If he's the right guy for the Bears as a defensive guy, and they're built up on offense with Caleb Williams taking over. They got stud receivers. They got a pretty deep backfield as well. So they're expected to win quick. Like this season, they want to be like the Texans were last year with C.J. Stroud.
Right.
I'm not sure that Eberflus will be able to do that. Even if they have a nice season, I still don't know if they're going to keep him. There just seems to, I don't know if there's full buy-in there. So I understand why he would be on the hot seat as well.
Well, and his record's not strong either, right? He's had a lot more losses than wins. And even if you like a guy, you got to put enough wins on the board in order to keep people who have confidence in you.
That's it. And there's no way the Saints, Dennis Allen, keeps his job.
Yeah.
I can't believe he actually survived last year. So the Saints are, to me, they're a weird team. They've got like veterans that are just kind of hanging on, and I love Derek Carr, but it's like, is he really going to win you big? Probably not. So there's definitely a hot seat for Dennis Allen and for Derek Carr for that matter.
Right.
And then the Bills, I feel like the Bills are going to surprise people this year. And even with that said, if they do fall short, that's got to be a spot for Bill Belichick. The Bills have to be a spot. Bill Belichick has to be back in the league next year. And so it's going to be one of these spots. To me, the Bills probably makes the most sense.
I wonder if Bill captures somebody's job in the middle of the year, particularly if they really start folding and that kind of stuff. He kind of comes as the savior. I don't know.
It's a Jeff Saturday kind of situation. I don't know. I don't know if that worked too well for the Colts a couple years ago.
Yes, Saturday did not work on Sunday.
No, definitely not.
He's a great guy, man.
Yeah,
I want him blocking for me, absolutely.
No question.